Good evening, and welcome to another episode of OmenG's Stupid Scary Stories. It's been a little bit. A lot of things have happened. We went exploring in this abandoned house. Showed you guys a video of it. We went back, all three of us this time, and things were normal at first. Wasn't a whole lot happening. Not in the beginning, anyway. Everything seemed to be, it was just like walking around in an abandoned house, right? Remember, there was the open attic. Breath, it was cold. Didn't want to go in any further, so we left. But the second time we went back during the daytime. So there was plenty of sunlight, plenty of sunlight. There were three of us this time, so I wasn't thinking that anything crazy was gonna happen. But unbeknownst to me, it was a spirit in the house. Saw some rooms. I'll upload the second part of our exploration sometime this week. I'm not sure when, I'm scared to look at the footage. I'll tell you why I'm scared to look at the footage. But first, let me tell you what happened, right? I kind of really don't need to look at the footage because, some fucked up shit happened. We got transformed. Well, not transformed, but transported, rather, into this, alternate dimension, so to speak. We were upstairs, in some room, it was dark, unnaturally dark. It's just like a darkness hovering about, just sitting there like, hey, my name is Black Darkness. You're gonna be engulfed and enveloped by my darkness, right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we were just walking about, exploring and such. I heard what sounded like footsteps overhead, right? In the attic area. I was like, yo, guys, did y'all hear that? Shh, 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 listen, shh. And I turned around to look at my sons, and they were gone. I was like, oh shit, the fuck, where'd they go? I didn't hear them anymore, right? My youngest son, he's always laughing about something. He stays laughing about something. I don't know exactly what, but he'll just break out into these fits of laughter for no apparent reason. You just start laughing at shit. And he wasn't laughing, so I was concerned, to say the least, right? So, I started walking around looking for them and shit, right? And check every place, except for in the darkness. I didn't want to go in the darkness, especially by myself, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's dark and shit, and I don't know what's inside the darkness, because it looked like it was never ending, you know what I'm saying? You see, it's dark in here, but, if I turn off the light completely, you can still see that there's, a wall, something, you know what I'm saying? But when I was inside of this house, standing in front of this room, the darkness was so dark that it seemed to go on endlessly, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I gotta find my kids. If I go back to the house without the kids, my wife's not gonna be too happy about that shit. She'll probably yell at me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck are you gonna just leave your kids? I'll be like, well, shit, they should have been with me, behind me, next to me. I don't know where they went. Shit, what am I supposed to do? Go into the darkness, is what she would say. And so I figured, fuck. I had my flashlight with me, and I turned it on, shined it into the darkness, right? But it just immediately disappeared. Like, there was no beam of light to break the darkness. It was like there was a wall darkness, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I start apprehensively walking forward, one little step at a time. Hear something creak, jumped up. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm scaring myself at this point. The motivation to find my children was stronger than my fear. So I ventured in to this darkness. Immediately upon doing so, I turned to look back at the door that I, walked through. But there was just darkness behind me. I turned back around to see what's in front of me, and now there's this hallway, right? It's this long, looks like it's endless. This hallway, right? Just no doors or anything, just hallway. So I began walking down the hallway, right? This is echo. Walking slowly, looking back, and behind me is just, nothing. Not where I came from. So I'm kind of worried about this, right? And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should just turn around and be like, you know what? Some guy drove by in a van, snatched up the kids. I couldn't stop him. I was seriously contemplating saying such things to the wife, but I'd be number one suspect. I was the last one with the kids. We were in an abandoned house, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to explain that. They'll probably be like, you buried him somewhere, didn't you? So, I continued forward into this hallway. I just kept walking. I felt like I was walking for at least 10 minutes or so, right? This is a long time to be walking in a hallway, right? Inside of a house that is not that big. Walking. And immediately, upon realizing, that this seems to be going on forever, the hallway just came to an abrupt end. There was an opening, a light shining so brightly, it was just like whiteness. I slowly stuck my head into the light, closer and closer and closer. And I poked my head through. Looked around. And I saw my sons. They were sitting down on a couch in front of a big screen TV playing Xbox. I'm like, what the fuck you guys doing? Turn around. Oh, sorry, Dad. Went into the black room and ended up here. There was a Xbox and 2 controllers. You want to play? We're playing Rumbleverse. Like, no, I don't want to fucking play Rumbleverse. We're in some kind of alternate dimensional universe thing. We gotta get out of here and go home. Mom would be worried about us or something, maybe, possibly. Like, hey, where's the kids and that guy I married for whatever strange reason. So, I grabbed the kids. I'm like, come on, let's go. This is, time for PlayStation. It's time to get home. So, turn around and go back into this white light, back into the hallway. We're walking, and finally, we make it to the end of the hallway and back into the house. Or so we thought. Now, it was the house. Same house, same street and all. But when we exited the house, we noticed something that was just a bit off. First things first, the sky was green. Not like a deep forest green, but just, it was greenish looking. And it was the sky, not like clouds in the sky. And it wasn't cloudy. It was actually a beautiful, bright, sunny day. Like I told you, when we went in, it was bright and sunny, but it was just green sky. It's weird. Immediately we knew something was definitely wrong. I turned to my youngest. I said, hey, Miles, like, what the fuck, man? You see this shit? It's like, yeah, this is crazy, Dad. This is fucking ridiculous. He didn't say fucking ridiculous. He said freaking ridiculous. But, me, I swear, so I'm going to say fucking ridiculous. And it was fucking ridiculous. It's fucking crazy. Another thing we noticed immediately was there were no people anywhere. And there's usually not a lot of people walking around out here, but there was like nobody. It was just eerily quiet. No sounds of birds, No wind in the trees, no cars occasionally driving by. It was just complete and total silence and a green sky. This freaked us out enough as it was. Then, to make matters even more perplexing and strange, a red cloud appeared in the sky, drifted by us. We looked at it, looked at each other. It's like, what the hell is going on? So I said, fuck it. Maybe something happened while we were in the house, in that dimension shit, and things are just all flip-flopped here. You know, let's go home. See what's going on. Find Mom. It's the most important thing to do at this time. Walk to the house, which wasn't very far away. Like a 2-minute walk. We get to the porch. Open the door. Go inside. Greeted by the warmth of the furnace that we left on, obviously, before we left. "Baby!" I yelled. "Are you in here?" No response. Now, at this point in time, I'm a little nervous. Kids are looking at me kind of strangely. They're looking at their Xbox. They hop on the fucking couch and start playing video games and shit. I'm like, these guys right here, fucking video games and shit. So, I look up the stairs. Everything looks normal. The house is still the same color. Nothing's out of place, except my wife. She's not answering. I go to the kitchen and grab a knife. Walk slowly up the stairs. Peek into the bedroom. I see a lump on the bed under the blankets. So I figure maybe she's sleeping. So I walk over. Slowly. Because I'm still kind of nervous and shit. You know, things just aren't right now. And she doesn't sleep in the middle of the day. It's not like her. At all. Put my hand on what I assume to be a shoulder and I shake it. Softly. Baby, wake up. I hear sound from under the blankets. Sort of like a moan. Like, you know, when you disturb somebody when they're sleeping. So I'm like, hey, you know what? Me and the kids are back. Just wanted to let you know. Be downstairs if you need anything. I head downstairs. I don't dare pull the blanket over from her face. I'm still kind of nervous. You know, things just aren't right. They're not right. So I go back downstairs, put the knife away, sitting down at the table, writing something in a piece of paper, looking at the green sky and red clouds that are now starting to accumulate. It's becoming overcast. Strange, I'm saying to myself. My sons, of course, are just playing video games. They don't care. They're in their own little world. Me, I'm wondering what the fuck is going on. Then I hear footsteps over my head. I figure, oh, my wife. She's awake. Baby, come down here for a minute. Gotta tell you something. It's fucking crazy. You gotta see the sky. It's ridiculous. I hear her footsteps nearing the top of the steps. Not her usual walking pattern. It's sort of like slow and kind of like she's dragging her feet across the floor, which she never does. Like, well, that's weird. Why is she dragging her feet? I hear her start coming down the stairs. The sons are still playing video games. I'm still sitting at the table, waiting for her to come down. But she's coming down, like, real slow, you know? Like, why is she, like, amping up this entrance so much? Just hurry up and bring your ass down the fucking stairs. Jeez. I can see her shadow in the doorway. I look over, waiting for her to emerge from, you know, the doorway and shit. It's when it appears in front of my eyes. This creature. Not human, not animal, not insect, nothing I've ever seen. I can't even explain to you what it was. It was just scary as fuck. My sons look up. They immediately dash out the front door. Bow, they're gone. Gone. They don't even ask any questions. They don't tell me to run. They just run. Boom, they're gone. I follow suit. I'm out the door. Whew, with quickness. Running. I catch up to them. I'm like, you guys are fucking assholes. You just left me behind and shit. Damn. What the fuck? Did you see that shit? They're like, what the fuck was that shit? It's my 15-year-old. He kind of swears like I do. From time to time. Not all the time, but from time to time. It's what happens when you have a bad mouth. Kids are affected by it. Start swearing and shit too. But that's not the point. The point is, we're running for our fucking dear lives. We don't know what the fuck that is that came down those stairs. I mean, it didn't attack us or try to attack us, but it was horrifyingly frightening. It wasn't Mom. Where was Mom? What did it do to Mom? You know, continue walking. I'm like, we gotta figure this out, guys. We gotta figure this out. We can't go back there. Hell no. This can't be our world. This must be some alternative dimension or some shit. We gotta figure something out. Maybe if we go back to the house, we can reverse whatever the fuck's going on. You know, my youngest one, he agrees. He's like, yeah, Dad, that sounds like it makes sense. 15-year-old, he's just like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Left the Xbox behind, damn it. And my phone's in the house. I have no electronics. I really don't care what we do right now. Shit. It was at that point, I turn around. I see the creature on the porch, standing there looking at us. Just looking at us. Not moving, not motioning, not saying anything. Just looking. The look on its face was one I can't describe because, you know, I have no idea what emotions these strange creatures that I'm seeing have. I just know it's looking at us, right? So I feel uneasy about this. I'm like, let's go. We run our asses off to this house. Go back inside, up the stairs. We're looking at the darkness. Once again. Looking at it, like, do we go back in? Should we go back in? I think we should go back in. So, that's exactly what we did. Went back in to the darkness, found that hallway again, started walking down. Another fucking 15-20 minutes of walking down this fucking hallway. I was so fucking mad. So I'm like, why does the hallway have to be so long? Why can't it be like we go in, poof, we're back where we're supposed to be? And we didn't walk this long the last time, so how do I know we're going back to where we were before we were where we are now? Right? Luckily, got to the end of the hallway. Door was there. Walked back through it. We were in the same room that we were in when we went into the hallway. So I'm assuming this must be the reverse of whatever happened. Right? We're back in normal world. I said, why don't you go outside real quick? Tell me what you see. Ran down the stairs. Sky's blue, Dad! Yes, thank goodness. Jeez. That's miraculously good. So we all leave the house once again. Head home. Get to the house. The door is open. Did we leave the door open? I mean, we left it open in the other world because we ran the fuck out, but did we leave it open here? We would never do no shit like that. That's just not what we would do. So I approach the house, tell them to stay back. Wait here. I go in. My wife's in the kitchen, you know, making tostinos or tostones or something. I don't know. It was something hot, spicy looking. It smelled delicious. I said, hey, babe, what's going on? She turned around. Where you guys been? It's been like 2 days. Like 2 days? Fuck no. And why is the door open? I went to the front looking for you, but then I remembered I had my tostones, whatever, something spicy I'm cooking. It smells delicious. Sitting in the stove. Didn't want it to burn, so I ran back in. You just so happened to come before I closed the door. But where have you guys been? It's been 2 days. It's like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you where we've been. It's been some crazy shit. We're exploring this house, went into a dark room, hallway, into some alternate universe. Kids were playing fucking Xbox and shit there. Left, came back here. But you were a monster of sorts, creature. Scared the shit out of us. We ran back to that house, went back to the hallway, and then came back through the hallway into this universe again. And here we are. 2 days though? Did you call the police or anything? Of course I called the fucking police. I'm gonna have to call them and tell them you're back. Shit. This is fucking crazy. What the fuck were you doing in a fucking abandoned house in the fucking first place? You know me. I like to explore things. Kids and having fun, you know. Just doing what we do. Just doing what we do. Anyway, you know. Can I have some of your tostones, spicy, whatever deliciousness that you're cooking? No. Make your own. She went upstairs. I sat down on the couch. Kids were playing PlayStation, Xbox, whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember anymore. Just video games, right? You know, son's not having an attitude anymore. And I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck happened? What? Huh? What happened? Later on that night, I went back to the house. Yeah, I know, you guys are probably saying, haven't you had enough of this fucking house already? No, apparently not. Obviously, you know, me being who I am, I wanted to figure some things out. So what I did is I got a weight. I tied it to a string, and I threw it into this darkness. You know, and I heard the fucking weight hit the wall within like 5 feet. Like, that's not right. It's not right. It was at that time I heard footsteps overhead in the attic. They were going towards the opening in the attic door that's in the ceiling. Now, I'm thinking to myself, I need to get the fuck out of here, right? So I start making my way towards the doorway so I can run down the fucking stairs. And that's when I hear a door slam shut. Smash! I'm like, damn, who closed the door? Did they come in and close the door? Or did someone go out and close the door? And then what's up above my head? I wasn't trying to have any of it. It was dark inside of there, obviously, because I went at night. Stupid ass that I am. I should have never did that. But I did. And I regret it. I really do. I regret it. I saw these glowing eyes looking down from the opening in the attic, just looking at me. I could feel them piercing through my soul. And I was frozen in fear. I didn't know what to do. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to run down those stairs. Because I figured whatever was down the stairs was probably not as scary as what's up the stairs, right? Now, as I'm standing here trying to figure out what I'm going to do, I realize something. There's a window behind me in this room. Yeah, I'm 2 stories up, but I could jump out of it and survive. So at this time, I noticed those glowing eyes are getting lower. Like it's climbing out of the attic. I also start hearing some footsteps coming up the fucking stairs. I start to panic. My heart is thumping in my chest. Thumping. And you could probably hear that shit 10 feet away. It's when I heard a voice. It was weird because it was like all around me at once. It wasn't in one direction, it was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. It was surrounding me. Like I had headphones on. My heart starts to beat even faster. At this point, I'm thinking, I'm about to die of a fucking heart attack. This is ridiculous. Run, motherfucker! Run! But I couldn't. I was frozen. Petrified with fear. Petrified. Thinking to myself, whatever is coming up those stairs is large, because the footsteps were heavy. It's about halfway up now, and those eyes are about halfway down. I look at the window. I look back. The eyes are almost completely to the floor. You know what I mean? Like, not the eyes are on the floor, but whatever it is probably close to the floor, because I'm figuring whatever it is has to be about my height. So I'm assuming that these eyes are now upon the body, which is close to the floor. That's what I'm assuming. It's at this point I finally gain control of my body. I turn and I start to run towards the window. I feel something grab my shoulder, like a hand, but it had claws. It had claws, because it dug in. Oh, I felt it. Tore my shoulder away from it. The shirt was ripped. I could feel the blood dripping down my arm. I dove head first out that fucking window. Hit the ground, rolled, did some like movie stuntman shit. Got up, looked up at the window, and I could see two pairs of eyes looking down at me. Then I heard the voice again. Reese, you'll be back. You will be back, and we will consume you. I ran my ass back to the house with the fucking quickness, hauling ass like something was chasing me. And they weren't chasing me, but it felt like something was right behind me. I'm tear-assing through the fucking street, screaming my fucking head off. Ah! Ah! Help me! Ah! Ah! There's something after me! Ah! People stick their heads out their house. They're like, fucking dumbass. What the hell's he been smoking? Heard somebody say, he needs some milk! It's like, I don't need any freaking milk. I need Jesus, maybe. God, something. Get rid of the damn evil in that house. Said they're gonna consume me, and then I'd be back. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Why would I want to go back? Ran in the house, slammed the door, locked it, staring out the window. My wife's looking at me like I'm fucking ridiculously crazy. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck happened to your fucking arm? I'm like, yo. Yeah, shit. Fucking Jesus. Goddamn eyeballs, voice, claw, hand, scratch, rip my shirt, bloody arm. I'll be back, it said. I'll be back, it said. She slapped me. Slapped me again. Splashed some water in my face. Slash. Then she slapped me again. Smack. Came to my senses. House is cursed. That house is cursed, I told her. I told her it was cursed. She said, why did you go back? I said, I don't know. I was curious. I needed to understand. I needed to understand what happened earlier today. But I don't want to go back. But they told me. It told me. It what? Who told you what? It told me I'd be back. And there were two of them. Or maybe it was one thing with four eyes and a big, large body that was separated by something, but to me it was two of them. They were staring at me, and I jumped out the window, and something grabbed my arm and tried to rip my shoulder off, and I dove out the window like I was in a fucking movie and shit. It was fucking spectacular the way I rolled over and jumped up on my feet, hauled ass. But they told me I'd be back, and they would consume me. That's what it said. You're talking crazy, Maurice. You're talking fucking crazy. Have you been taking your meds? What? Yeah, of course I've been taking my meds. What the fuck does my meds have to do with what the fuck I just told you? I know it sounds ridiculous, but come on. We were gone for 2 days, right? Yep. Yeah, and you probably just took the kids somewhere for 2 days and didn't want to tell me where you took them. Okay? How about that? How about that? Yeah, right. Why would I even do that? That makes absolutely no sense. You don't make sense sometimes. True, but listen, I'm telling you the truth right now. I'm telling you the truth. She didn't believe me. My kids were still playing video games. You know, it's Friday night, so they're up doing their thing. I walked downstairs to the basement. I'm sitting in my little dungeon, man cave, if you will, thinking to myself, what the fuck, man? I look over at my arm, and it's completely healed. No scratches. My shirt's still fucked up, but there's no scratches, no blood, nothing. Like, what? No, that's not. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's not possible. That's impossible, right? I was just bleeding, scratched, jumped out of a window. Second floor window. Did some movie shit. It was spectacularly awesome. Don't want to do it again, but, you know, it was cool. Then I heard it again, coming from the darkness in the corner of my basement room. Race.